Hey everybody, I got something to show you. You remember when the last live I did, I told you I was getting this like new book and it was going to be kind of different. Okay, well it came in today. I just now got it. This isn't it. um, this was just some blank paper because when we're done flipping through this book, we're going to do a page in it just to see how it works. So we're going to put this paper right here, which we're probably going to need it. Okay. This is the book. Mindful monochrome coloring book. A collection of relaxing illustrations and designs use just one color. Okay. I've had one color books before, but not like this. So I kind of wanted to check it out because one, you take a marker or a gel pen, you go in, you watch TV, and you color. You don't have to worry about taking a whole set of pencils or a whole set of markers. You take one. So this one's a little different though. Okay, so here's the front and here's the back. It says discover the magic of coloring with just one color. The collection of relaxing illustrations and designs. Just use black. Well, I'm thinking it says black, but I'm thinking you can use other colors too. So I don't know. We'll see. Because some books, when I had the one last time, you couldn't. You had to use black because if you used other colors, you couldn't see the picture. This one, you can see the picture, so I'm thinking you can use just about anything. Okay, all you need is a black marker or pen. Just color the space marked with an X. Don't think, just color. Who doesn't like that once in a while? You know? So this is really super simple. And I'm okay with that because sometimes you just want simple. Okay, so it says, please read blah, blah, blah. For best results, use black marker and or black ink pen, preferably with alcohol base or pigment-based ink. Water-based or watercolor markers typically don't perform as well. Black alcohol markers, great for large coverage. You can find a package starting around $5. Great for bold lines of filling in large or small areas depending on size of tip. You don't have to stick with just one type of marker or pen on a single page. Feel free to mix or match depending on the size of the area of coloring. Okay, we all know that. Okay. Protect your page, use your tool. Okay, only with an X. Okay, so you're going to color the page, the spots with an X. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Kind of like, almost looks like a color by number. Some of these I can't wait to see them done. Oh, this one's going to be kind of neat. This one too. Okay, so some of them don't make sense until you color them in, and that's okay. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time searching through it. Because, hey, we want to color one and see what happens. And I think I am going to use black acrylic marker. Because one, it's thin paper, and two, I don't have that many black Sharpies. I do have a bunch of black alcohol markers. We can do that too, but yeah, we'll probably do that and see what it does. If we don't like it, we can always go back to the acrylic, right? This one's going to be cool. Mushrooms. Oh, this one's going to be neat. Maybe we should do this one first just to see what it turns out like, huh? Or should we do like a mandala one? I don't know, we'll see. I kind of like that other page. This one's cool. Although today is Monday, right? We could do mandala Monday. Rose will be pretty. Some of these, it's like, it almost looks like everything's X'd. I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out, how it's going to look. If you hear my stomach, it's just because it's just being stupid. And I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys are seeing pretty much the whole page. So it was just something different. You know, it only cost me, well, I had some points, so it only cost me $5, but I think it's regular $9 or something. And I figured even for $9, it was like, you know, it'll keep me busy for a couple hours. Just if you're only doing one color, these could probably go by pretty quick. Okay, I want you to leave a review. I know it has a lot of, this company has a lot of these books. So I think we're going to probably, well, let's do a mandala for Mandala Monday. See what happens. And then we'll do that other page. Okay, so we're going to put the pencils away for right now. We're just going to leave those right there because I'm coloring a page and I don't want to lose them. Okay, now I do have a ton of these Cali Art markers. But I also have a lot of the acrylic black markers. So we'll get one of those out just in case. Let's see, where did I put them? Oh, they're not in this one. That's my pastas. My pastas. Here they are. See, I have one of those. See, I have a ton of these. And I have a ton of the black acrylic, so yeah. And you can get the extras at Like, you can buy packages of just black markers at Amazon. Okay, so let's do this one and see what happens. Okay. This has got a little bit of a small space. So most of you already know, but for those of you that don't know, alcohol marker does bleed through. Always make sure you have a paper or something behind. And it will like spread out. Like, don't get real super close to the lines because sometimes this paper will soak it and just spread it onto the next line, you know what I mean? Depending on how juicy your marker is and how thirsty the paper is. Let's and if you don't want streaks, don't lift your marker. I don't like the lines, like if you stop and do something else and then go back, you got like a line where you stopped and then where you started again. I don't like those. So I always make sure I finish what I'm doing and don't let it dry because you'll get that line. Okay, let's do this one. I bet you I burned through this book really quick. Again, it's one marker, one book. I don't have to worry about taking a whole bunch out there and my dog getting into them. You know, because he's got to sniff and check everything out. That nose just gets the best of him. He's had an upset stomach all day yesterday. I called the vet and he gave him some Pepto-Bismol. So I did that and it seemed to help, but I don't know if he just had an upset stomach or what caused it. So we're just gonna watch him and see, because the treats that I gave him were new, but they're all natural, so I don't know if maybe they had something in them that he doesn't normally get, that he might be allergic to. I don't know, so I'm not gonna give him anymore and see how he acts. He didn't eat all day yesterday, but he is eating and drinking today, so I called the vet at home yesterday. He said, "Sorry about your luck, don't want to mess up your Sundays, but my little baby's getting sick. And I don't know why, and I don't know how to stop it." So he said, normally it's a she, but I got the he yesterday. He said, give him some Pepto. And man, that was not easy. Try giving a 90-pound dog Pepto when he does not want it. He was supposed to get 3 doses. Yeah, well, he got 1. Kind of hard for one person to hold him down and the other person to give it to him, so I wasn't going to stress him out that much. He didn't feel good. And after the first bunch of it, he didn't want nothing to do with it. He's like, heck no, that stuff tastes like shit. I don't want no more of it. He didn't either. But it stopped him from getting sick, and that's what I wanted to do. So. I'm assuming since it only 1 dose stopped it, he was probably at the end of, getting sick. There probably wasn't much left in his belly, so. Because him being a bigger dog, you wouldn't think just 1 dose would work, but it seemed to. He just had a hard time relaxing after that, though. I don't know if it was because of his stomach or because we just made him uptight trying to give it to him. But he was really antsy most of the night. Didn't want to lay down. Okay, so we're gonna. Nope. Let's work our way down this way and around. Marker don't dry real quick, and I'm trying to keep my hand out of it as much as possible. So. If I do all this side, I won't have to reach across. Let's stick my hand in it. This is actually going to turn out pretty. Pretty. And just because it's like, a cheap coloring book or a one-color coloring book doesn't mean you can't do backgrounds. Good time to practice them. Get out your stencils and your chalks or your acrylics and do all kinds of funky backgrounds. seems so weird holding this great big huge marker compared to holding a pencil. It's been a long time since I've colored with markers, especially these. Okay, this one goes all the way around. That's what I was kind of holding off, but that's all right. We can do it. Okay, so we've got this one and this one. So I don't want them to dry so I can see the little line. So I got to keep both ends kind of wet. So we'll do this one real quick. And we'll go and do this side real quick. So it doesn't dry out. Back to this side. Gonna stop right there. Back to this side. Just go back and forth so we don't let it dry out and we don't get that line. Because this is kind of one of those areas that, it goes all the way around. So. And you have to be careful with the Amazon paper because the more you go back and forth, and I mean like back and forth with marker, because it is a wet medium, you will wear a hole in the paper. Your paper will start peeling and you will get a hole. And I'm sorry, I gotta turn the page. My wrists don't like to bend that way, so. I do have to turn my coloring books. There we go. Well, that'll turn out nice and smooth. And we can go back to these. I don't know, sometimes I just like coloring, just, kind of like this. No brainer. And I don't always like sitting in here and being by myself all the time. So, this gives me a chance to, without taking a megaton of stuff out in my living room, a chance to sit out there and watch TV with the hubby. Yep, I'm going to sit out in the living room with my hubba. And I can color. We can talk. We can watch TV. Multitasking. I'm happy. He's happy. The whole world's happy. I'll get faster at this as I do them. I'm just, like I said, you guys, it's been a long time since I've used marker. I'm going to do another smaller one with my acrylic and see which one I like to use best. This being so fat, it's almost uncomfortable in my hand. I'm not used to using big markers or pencils or anything like that, so it's a little uncomfortable. I never thought I'd say that because, holding something is just holding something, but nope, there is a difference. So, learn something new every day. Get used to something and change it up. That's why I don't like change, people. So yeah, I don't know why you just have to use black on these. Like, I could have used a blue or something. I don't know. So I'm pretty sure you can buy, now this is a Cali Art. I don't think you can buy just single Sharpies. I'm not sure. You'd have to look, you guys, but I know you can buy single Cali Arts, but I'm not positive you can buy them in color. I think you can only get them in the black. I don't know. Again, you'd have to look. So maybe that's why they tell you to use a black pen, because they're easier to replace. And this is going to take quite a bit of ink. People think Sharpies are cheap, and they're not. Sharpies are not cheap. I bought these 12 packs of Cali Art blacks. It's 12 or 16, I can't remember. Quite a few years ago, actually. And they weren't very expensive at all. And back then I was just using markers, so I was going through black like crazy. Blacks and browns I was going through like mad. I'm like, okay, well, that works. I can buy them and I can use as many as I want, as much as I want. Because, I was using them for backgrounds and stuff like that. Yeah, I was going through a lot of them. Because, like, my favorite background is just a plain black background. It makes the picture pop. No matter what picture it is, you do a black background and your picture's going to pop. Turning the page again. Actually, I'm going to kind of make it cockeyed a little. We're just about done with this picture. And look at that. It's going to take us a whole 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes, to do a picture for Mandala Monday. And of course, you guys know, I'm going to bling this out. It wouldn't be in my picture if I didn't. Just because you use all black pen doesn't mean you can't make your pictures all blinged out. Okay, so that is all the little X's that they want you to color. Which I think they should have put one through there, but that's just me. Okay. Yes, ma'am, we are breaking up the pastas. Absolutely. Okay. We are going to put a line there. Line there. Line there. And then we are going to dot inside here. Why? Because we can. Yep, we are banging this picture out. Hi, Miss Dawn. How are you? Miss Dawn, I got a different kind of coloring book. It's a one color coloring book. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's okay, we can fix it. Okay. All fixed. And the object is only to use one color to color the whole page. And they want you to use a black. Oh, I missed a spot. Doggone it. How do you miss a spot doing like just one color? Really? Wow. Okay. So it's just a real simple page. And I thought, well, because it's such a little simple page, maybe we should put some bling on it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting a little bling on it. Okay, we've got our clear glitter gel pen. And we're going to put some clear gel pen on these little heart things. Oh, this is the wrong pen. That's right. This is just the white glaze. So it's just, it'll bling out the heart. It's just gonna not be glittery. I don't know why that was sitting there. It's not supposed to be there. Okay, so yep, that'll bling those out. Okay, so that's why I put the wrong one with the wrong one. That's all right. And then we'll bling these out with the clear glitter. And then our page will be all blinged out. I'll hold it up close for you guys to see. I'm trying not to put my hand on the white Posca, you guys. It's not dry yet. Or the glaze that I just put down. I am real good for doing that. Okay, now you guys, it's just a one color coloring book. I just did this because I'm in my art room and I can do it right now. But you don't have to do this. So, yep, I just bling this out. And that's the clear glitter on those. And then I blinged it out with the Posca. And then the little inside hearts. I don't know if you can see the glaze or not. But there is. See, there's glaze on there. Just kind of blings out the hearts a little bit. So that's that one. See how much it bled through? Look at that. That is so cool. I like the backs when they do that. I like these too. Alright, so we did that one. Let's see if we can get it to dry some so we can close it and do another page. That one's still a little wet. Yeah, it's dry. Oh, sorry. Okay. So let's go with that took like 43 minutes to do a flip through of this book and do that picture. So that's not too bad. Let's see. Do we want to do... let's do... I don't want to do another mandala. You guys want to do a rose? Let's do a rose. Might as well keep up with the theme of flowers, huh? All right, grab the Cali art again. No, we wanted to do this one with acrylic, didn't we? Yeah, let's do this one with the acrylic pen. Ooh, this is a brush pen. Ooh. All right. This paper really sucks up this pen. You know what? I think I'm going to go back to my Cali Arts because this paper really sucks up this pen, and I would go through like all of my acrylics, and they're more expensive than the Cali Arts are. So, yep. See if it bled through. A little bit. Cheap paper, but you know, we don't want like anything major. It's not like a major coloring book. It's just something to keep you a little busy and while you're sitting there watching TV or something, you know. Yeah, that's better. It doesn't soak up the alcohol as much as it was soaking up that acrylic. And I bought those acrylic pens for my Disney books and stuff, so I'm not willing to use them on a cheaper thing. I don't use my alcohols that much, so we'll just use these. I'm just thinking how I want to blame this one out. It's a rose, so, you know. Gotta make it pretty. Turned out to be a nice day out today. Yesterday it was super nice out. It only got to like 70 degrees here, which I mean isn't like great, but you know, it's better than 90. Yep, I had my windows open and my air conditioner off, and I told my husband, I said, it's like crazy this summer. I look forward to summers because, you know, we sit here all winter long with the doors closed and the windows closed because it's so cold out. And, you know, after a while you start feeling enclosed and you get those wintry blues, you know. So I look forward to summer when I can open my house up and get that fresh air, and you know, haven't been able to do it hardly at all this summer. I've been sitting here with the windows closed and the air conditioner on. My husband gives me a little bit of a side eye when I open the front door because, you know, it does let the cool air out, but just like I told him, I'm not going to sit there with the door shut. You can close the screen on it. I ain't gonna. Nope. I do that all winter long. I'm not doing it in the summertime. I have to have some sort of let me out type of thing. You know, I see a lot of people going outside and just sitting in lawn chairs in their yard just to be sitting in their yard, and I'm not one to do that, you know. It's like, yeah. Now, if we had like company or something and we wanted to sit outside, that's one thing, but just to go out there to just be sitting, yeah. So I'm not one to really go outside a whole lot. I don't pull weeds and tink with all that stuff either. Nope. All my stuff are in pots. The only thing that I've got planted in around my house in the ground is my lilies. And those I do have to weed. I only do that once or twice a year, though, to be honest. But yeah, I don't want to be dinking around outside all the time. My husband, he loves it outside. It's his favorite place to be. He will find something to do outside. He don't mind getting down in the dirt and picking weeds and shit. No, not my thing. No, I will go out there and help him when we harvest the potatoes and stuff. I'll go out there and help him do that because that's a chore. Digging those babies out of the ground. We might not get a whole lot of tomatoes or potatoes this year because the ground's kind of hard. We haven't had a lot of rain. It's been hot and dry. I mean, even though we water our garden every night, it's still. So we shall see what we get this year. This year might be a small harvest. We didn't get a lot of pickles. I mean, we got enough for, to eat through the winter, but we didn't get a ton to be. Usually we can a bunch and give them to our kids, and our granddaughter, she just loves canned pickles. I think this year I'm going to talk him into when he harvests the first deer, I think we're going to can some stew and stuff, so when we just want to have a small dinner, we can just open a jar of stew and be done. Doesn't have to be an all day, everyday thing, Because that'll be the time when, well, close to the time that I'm harvesting the potatoes. And we're pulling the last bit of the stuff out of the garden, so that'll be a good time to throw some stew together. We should be, if everything goes good, at the end of this month, the beginning of next month, we should be canning tomatoes and getting that done. Doing the spaghetti sauces and the tomato juices and salsas and all that stuff. I'm thinking by By the looks of it, that's going to be a small harvest too, because he should be bringing some in little bit by little bit already, and I don't think that they're ready. Them being kind of a watery vegetable, you know. Hi, Miss Old Lady Swag. How are you? It's not a color by number. Here, I'm going to post this. And then, if you want to, you can come up. This is a one color monochrome book. It's not a color number. Those are X's that you see. So hold on and I'll show you. We've already done one page. This is just something I got from Amazon because, you know, I like to take, I like to color out my living room, but I don't like to take, you know, the sharpener and the erasers and the brush and the, you know, all the stuff that it takes to color in a coloring book out in my living room. 1, it's a lot. 2, I have a dog. 3, I don't have all that space to put all that stuff, you know. I mean, I do, but it takes a minute to finagle it all. You know, it takes up a lot of my coffee table and all that stuff. So I thought this would be kind of a neat thing. It's one book, one color, one marker. Yes. Yep. It is, yeah, something different. You know, I've had one color books before from Sun Life Drawing, but they were lines. You know, they were just lines that went across, and you colored the lines, and they turned into a picture. I've never had this type of monochrome book, and I thought it was kind of cool looking. Simple pictures. And I showed them that even though you're just doing one color, here I'll show you. You can still bling them out. See, I got glaze on there on my little hearts. I got some gel pen, and I got my Posca. So yep, I just bling that little baby right out. And now we're doing this one. Yes, it is definitely one-sided. Very cheap paper. It's, you know, it's not a very expensive book. It tells you can use, like, you know, alcohol markers, Sharpies. It's for some reason it says the watercolor markers, and I'm going to grab those and see what it does, because it says that they don't work very well, and I don't know why. Do you think they would? But on the other hand, I thought my acrylics would too, and they do. But they just, this paper sucks them up, and acrylic markers are extremely expensive to be putting on paper that just sucks the day life out of them. So being watercolor and it being this thin, it might just peel the paper super bad. So Mm, That could be why they say that they don't work very well in here, because watercolors will peel your paper. Alcohol will too if you're not careful. So yep, I am all excited because, like I said, I don't always like to sit in here by myself and color and stay in here for hours, because I do like to color pretty much every day. And that just kind of leaves my husband on his own for hours on end. And that's not fair to him either. So now I can take this out there with one pen and I can color and talk to my husband and watch TV and, do all the good things that a good wife does. All right, let's turn this way for a minute. And we're going to use the bigger side. This is the broad tip. It makes it a lot easier when you're coloring big spaces. Look at that. It's got an angle so you can get in the little tiny corners. See? And then it's got the end that you just kind of fill in the middle. No time at all. Again, I'm trying not to put my hand in the black marker because, it's still probably wet. And what do I just do? I just put my hand in the black marker. Here, let's do this. Works every time. Then I don't have to worry about getting it all over myself or smearing it. And I would do different colors to see if it works, because they only say use black, but I think you could use different colors. But again, you're going to use your markers, and I don't think you can buy single colors. The black, I know you can. You can buy packages of those. But I don't think you can buy packages of other colors. I don't know. You guys will have to check. Look on Amazon and see. And you know, if you don't want to use marker, you're a die-hard pencil person, grab one pencil and go ahead and color it in. You can do that. Remember, it's your coloring book. You can do whatever you want. You're the boss. Yep. You can use colored pencil and you can shade with one color. You don't have to use two. You don't have to use three. You can just use one. It won't come out as vibrant as using a marker. But it will still be pretty. I might do that with one of the mandalas in here. Just to see what it does. Look at that, you guys. That's pretty. That's pretty. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I have a gel pen, if I can find it without taking like 2.5 hours. That is black and red. That's the purple, I think. Is that the purple or is that? No, that's the black and red. Okay, so when you color with it, it shows more red than it does black. So what I'm thinking, and I also have a red one. So let's see what this will do for blingage. Okay, let's try the black and red first. And I mean, we're not going to do like anything major. We're just going to put a little bit of bling. It might not even show up, you guys. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's see what Team Bling. That's right. Let's see what we can see. Okay, look at that. It's not a lot, and you don't need a lot to bling them out. Just need a little bit. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the green. Oh, got hair falling out all over the place. Okay, so there we got some green. Focus. Focus. You're not going to focus. There we go. Just a little bit. Just enough to make it bling out a little. And if you want a little bit more, you can add white dots. Like I did the other one. Yeah. You can add I got an idea. We're just playing around, you guys. Okay. Oh, hoo-hoo acrylic markers. But these has got, this set has got like the round like tip on it. All right, which one switch? Okay, this is it. Let me get it started. Oh, here it comes. I see it. I think this is the black. I see it. It's moving kind of slow. There it goes. All right, now it's covering. Okay, so we're going to treat these just like we do Poscas. When we see it flowing, we're not going to push down anymore. At least I'm not going to. I don't know what y'all do, but I don't need the little spitting things. So this is kind of just a see what happens type of thing. It's a cheap book. Look at that. Totally just transformed the whole picture with nothing but dots. That's friggin' awesome. Yeah, baby. Yep, yep. Totally just changed the whole look of the picture. That is cool. See, so, I mean, even though it's just one color, if you want to get a little deeper into it, you know, you can. Like I said, just kind of farting around today, but let's see. If you're hearing that noise, there's a tractor going down the road. They're getting ready to harvest some fields. The wheat fields are looking like they're ready to go. The hay fields are looking like they're ready to go. So look at that, you guys. Y'all have to tell me what you think in the comments. Because I think it's a neat little book. I'm not going to close this yet because well, they're already dry. All right, cool. You want to see something really neat? I kind of like this. See how it turned out? I love how this turns out. This is two pictures in one. It just kind of like, I think it's so cool when these fill in. All right. So yeah, that's kind of like a cool thing to do. I am not going to use my acrylics in here, so I'm going to put that back. I just wanted to see what it would do, and yeah, it just kind of went. Okay, I'm done. Nope, not going to happen. If I run out of markers, I'll use black pencil. But I've got, like I said, I've got a ton of black markers. I've got 3 here. Let's see. Here's 3, 4, 5. And I've got some in my marker cases. So, yeah, I've got enough to last me for a little while. Jelly roll, yep. You can use, yeah, it says you can use gel pen in here. But again, I don't know. I think it's going to take a lot of gel pen. This one's going to look really cool. I can't wait to do this one. See, I don't know why you can't use like a yellow one on this one. Should we do one more, you guys? I'm kind of having fun. Let's see if we can find another small one. It's a small one. You know, I can sit around all day long. Nobody calls. I get on here and everybody calls. It's like, really? Nope. I'm not doing it. Call your dad's phone. Call your son's phone. I am busy. Now, if it was my granddaughter, y'all would sit there and wait. You know what? It's not a little one. It's a bigger one. But I told you guys at the beginning, I really like this picture. I want to see what this one's going to do. So, hopefully we'll finish it by the time I get off of here. But anybody wants to come up, the link's in the chat. You're more than welcome. I am going to color and see what this turns out. And this is kind of going to be my video today, I think, you guys. I mean, we've been on like, what, an hour and a half? Almost an hour and a half. I've done a flip through and I'm working on my third picture. You can't beat that. And I even blinged it out for y'all so y'all wouldn't be like going, yeah, all she's doing is color in black. She ain't showing us nothing. Sometimes it's not about, you know, coloring those big pictures and all the colors. Just about relaxing. Although I really need to finish my Bumblebee page. All I got left to do on that is 2 flowers and the honeycomb on the right side, and then that picture's done. And then I gotta finish my Lorraine picture. That one's almost done. I've got some flowers to do, and then I gotta figure out all this stuff in the background. It's not a lot, but I don't know if it's smoke or what it is, but there's something wrapping around all the picture. I'll figure it out. And if I don't, it'll just be whatever I turn it into. That's something I can't stress enough, you guys. Remember, it's your page, your coloring page, your book. It don't matter what I do. Doesn't matter what Lori does, what View does, what Taylor does, what Bubbles does. It matters what you do. If you like it, that's all that counts. I'm sure most of us will too. Because you know what? It's not. Coloring is seeing all the colors in one, like what you interpret it to be. That's the fun part about looking at a painting or looking at a coloring page, is seeing what that person interpreted it to be. You know, and then we can use our imaginations on what we think you interpreted it to be. I'm probably not saying it correctly, but it's kind of like going to a museum and looking at, a Rembrandt or it just any kind of art. It doesn't matter. If you look at art is spectacular. It's something that somebody did and had a vision on what it was supposed to be. And just, even if it's abstract, what was that person thinking? What was they trying to put across to everybody else? I just think art is just a fantastic. I love to see art. It don't matter what kind of art. It can be your 4-year-old grandchild putting it on paper. And you know what? That's art. It's scribbly art, but it's art. And I bet you 10 to 1, they were extremely proud of it. They were like, oh, look what I did. And how do you know they're not sitting there going, yep, that's what mommy and daddy looks like. That little stick person. Yep. I don't know. I think art, no matter who does it, no matter what it is, it's gorgeous. Yeah. That's cool. Projects are always fun. Well, I can't say that. Depending on what they are, I can't say they're always fun. I've done some projects that have been just extremely tedious and just why did I talk myself into doing this? But afterwards, they're awesome. But it's like you wonder why. Like, geez, what was I thinking? And I've thought of some pretty screwy projects, you guys. I mean, most of them I finished, but there has been some I've just thrown my hands up and walked away going, nope, I'm done. It's over. It beat me. I had my ass kicked by whatever I was doing. Piece of wood or paint or something. It said, yep, you think you got it, but you don't. And I'm one of those people that I will go at it every which way that you can think of before I walk away from it. But there are times that it's just like, okay, had enough. I have been conquered. So my son, he can draw a really, really pretty rose free-handed. And I love roses. My stepdad, my dad, before he passed away, he gave me, well, he did it several times, not just that time. I've got some, glass stem roses from him, and before he passed away, and I'm coloring this, and it's not supposed to be colored. Oh well. See, not paying attention. A picture of a red rose. It's one single red rose on this great big huge picture, and it's the prettiest thing you'd ever want to see. So I had it, or I do have it, hanging in my dining room, and I decorated my dining room around this rose. So, I do have other pictures of roses or whatever, but my dining room kind of connects to my kitchen. So to run it all together, I kind of almost brought the colors in from my dining room into my kitchen. So it's like a cream color with chocolate colored trim. You'd have to see it. It's very pretty. And the accents are all done in like red pot holders, red towels, that type of thing. But anyways, I wanted my son to freehand roses on my cupboards. I was going to paint them. And I thought, I know he could do it, but do I want to do it? Do I want to sit there and try to get that paint just the way I want it, just perfect? What if I don't like it? Then how am I going to get it off without having to repaint the whole damn cupboards again? The cupboards were kind of an accident. They weren't supposed to be painted. They were supposed to be natural wood, but it kind of was an accident. My husband, once he stripped them, he thought I was going to paint them, and he painted it. I'm like, no. So they just kind of stayed that way because, it was a pain in the ass to strip them to begin with. So that's kind of what I wanted to do, but I figured by the time I got it done, I painted it. I probably didn't like it, and I'm glad I didn't because now I want to change the color of my kitchen and my dining room. I mean, we're still going to keep the rose there, but I think we're just going to go with some grays, blacks, and reds. Because lately that's just kind of been my thing. I like grays, blacks, and reds. My bathroom's done in dolphin gray with the darker countertops and the accents. have a diamond painting in there. Some, what's an oriental mask that's all red and done. It's really pretty. And it's in there. My granddaughter don't like it, but it's not her bathroom, is it? But that's all that's in there. I don't like my walls to be cluttered. So. And I don't have a very big bathroom at all. So. It's not tiny, but it's not real big. So that's about all that's in there as far as wall stuff. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. There's a black wrought iron multiple candle holder thing in there. It's got like clear glass cup things for the candles. But the actual holder that goes on the wall is like black wrought iron. It matches my shower curtain, which is black and white. And my drapes are black and white because they match my shower curtain. Everything's kind of got to match, you guys. I'm one of those matchy type of person. Now my rug and my rugs, they're more of an accent. I'm not putting white in my bathroom because, I got my husband and the dog. And I'm not putting black rugs because, I got my husband and the dog. Black shows everything. So is white. So right now they're kind of the same color as the walls. But I'm getting ready to change them out because, it's about time. And I think I'm going to go with a red. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on if I find the right color red. I don't like a real bright red. I kind of like the darker brick red type of red. So, I don't know. We'll see. By the time I do that next month or whatever, I'll probably change my mind again. I've been in that mood lately. It's like I'm ready to change things, but every time I think what I want, it's like, by the time I think I'm ready to do it, I change my mind. Going, no, I don't think so. Let me rethink that. So I'll just have to, when I go to the store, look and see what they have. And if I don't like nothing, then I just won't. I'll wait until I find what I like. We were supposed to do our bedroom this summer, either our bedroom or the utility room, one or the other, and that didn't happen. So I'm a little bummed about that. And then we're just kind of thinking, well, maybe we'll just sell and go further north and buy some property. Put a smaller, like, home on there and call it good. Because that's kind of what we both want. We both want, a bit of property, a lot more than what we've got now. And, just to kind of do what we want. He loves to hunt. And I love the natural wildlife. No, I wouldn't feed them. I don't want them, like, getting used to coming up to my house and getting fed. That's not, nope. I think that's so silly when people do that. Because you're teaching that animal that doesn't have to fend for itself. And what happens if you can't do it someday, That animal's screwed. Because it's done figured out that it doesn't have to look for food. It just has to wait till you put some out at the same time every day or whenever you put it out. And it knows it can come in and it can eat. That's not natural, you guys. It just hurts the animals. They get lazy. They stop foraging for food. If you got a doe that just had babies and she comes in and she's got the baby with her, she's just teaching that baby that, if you come here at this time every day, there's food. So no, I won't be doing that. I like to watch them just in their natural habitats, their natural way of doing things. So that's also a thought that we have. We've been kind of looking, seeing what's out there and what we can find. It's kind of cool, isn't it? It's like shaded and silhouetted, or yeah. The trees are kind of like in a silhouette form. Yep, I think it's going to be really pretty. Here, I gotta turn this upside down, you guys, sorry. Or sideways or something. My wrist doesn't like that. Doesn't like that angle. So I bet you this is one of the books that, I finish in the next month and a half. If it takes that long. Books like this, I usually it doesn't take me long to finish at all. I've finished a couple of them. I just haven't found one I liked in a while. But yep, I like these, so I think I'm gonna probably buy me one or two more. But not until I get closer to finishing this one, because I don't want to go crazy on them and then they end up sitting on my shelf and taking up space. Got a hair that's on the tip of my marker or something. I can see it moving when I'm moving my marker. This one might be one that I actually just kind of take out of the book and hang on the wall, because I think it's pretty. Not because I'm, want to say, "Ooh, look what I did." No, I just think it's a pretty picture. I think it's a conversation piece if somebody comes in here and sees it on the wall. I think that it'll put a smile on my face when I come in here and see it on the wall. That's what counts. Now, if you wanted, you could go in with Posca pen and you could like had snow kind of coming down and put like light caps on your trees if you wanted. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but you could. You could put a white cap on the mountain. You could just put white dots up there and, make it look like a nighttime sky. Like the sun going down or something. I don't. I'm just blabbering. I think this is going to be one that I probably will not do much to as far as blingage. If you really wanted to get really into it, you could take, chalk pastels or pan pastels or anything like that and put like a sunset in the background. Like color this in. Those colors go good with black, so I think it would look pretty like that. I'm not good with sunsets, never have been. It's not something I ever mastered. I'm not bad, but it's not one of my specialties. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Mouth was getting dry. Now that looks cool. And now we get to see what the water and stuff looks like, because I'm pretty sure this is what this is water. Okay, that's all white. So we're gonna do this piece right here. Sorry, I was, I don't know, daydreaming, I guess. I was actually thinking, it's got all these little, like, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you can see if I point them out. It's got like these little spots all over the place, like right here, and they're actually becoming to be a pain in the butt. I mean, I get why they're there, but it's like, lordy. Trying not to get my alcohol marker too close so it doesn't fill it in, because some of them are really tiny. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you probably can. Like right there is one of them. See how tiny it is? I don't know. Makes you wonder, like, who draws this stuff? Is this like AI, or is this like drawn? And if it's drawn, how do they break it up into areas for you to color it in? Do they got a person that sits down and says, okay, put an X here, put an X here? Do they take a picture and shove it in a computer and have a computer do it? Just stupid questions like that. I'm weird like that, you guys. I like to know weird things. Depending on what it is, I like to watch the how it's made type of videos on YouTube. Some of those are quite interesting. Lately, I have no idea, not a clue where it's come from, but lately it's been street food, like in other countries. It's like, okay, some of it looks really good, but there is no way in this God's green earth you would ever catch me eating it. Nope. Some of the things that they cook them in and some of the ways that they cook it, it's like, oh my goodness, how can you eat that? Do you see the dirt? Do you all not have water there? How about a little soap? I don't know who you are, so you're not getting through. I mean, it's fun to watch them make it, but it's like, ew. It's like, how do you all just, like, one, feed that to people, and two, how do people just eat that? It's like, no, thank you. Okay, how is it moving? Oh, I know what it is. I have a garbage can in my, not like a garbage can, but I have a trash bin in my art room, of course. The bags that I have had for it are all gone, so I had to grab one out of my kitchen, and I just have the small kitchen bags. It's just me and my husband. We don't have a lot of kitchen trash. We put like one bag out a week for the garbage bin. And it's just usually one of those like 13-gallon bags, like the little white one. That one's got an X in it. Cool. We used to not pay for trash pickup, and we just recycle it on our own. The food and the stuff like that would go into the garden and the compost pile. And then paper, we'd burn. And the tin and the glass and stuff we'd take to the dump. 10, if you turn that in, they actually give you money for that back. So I think last time we took it in, it was like, I don't know, $50 or something. I mean, it's not a lot, but you know, $50 is $50. But it's, you know, you have to have a lot to do that. We kind of don't do that anymore because, you know, it's a pain in the butt. Not only that, we don't want that stuff laying around anymore. The older we get, the more it's like, I just want to declutter, you know? It's, why do we have this? Why do we have that? We're not using it. Give it to somebody that'll use it. Yeah, we have to save for like a year our tin cans and stuff to turn them into, you know, and whatever else like we could find to go with it, because we don't have that much. We had a bunch of other stuff that went with our tin the last time we turned it in. It was 2 years ago, I think. We just got rid of some stuff that we wasn't using, old box fans and, you know, stuff that, old lawn chairs that were broken. So yeah, we don't do that anymore. Pole barn is cleaned out and looking nice, and got rid of the 2 old cars that we had. One was my daughter's and one was ours. Got rid of those. My husband's a hoarder. He's like, well, what if we need this? What if we need that? And sometimes, you know, it has come in handy. I will give him that. Sometimes it does. You know, kind of like us with our art supplies. We don't want to get rid of it because, you know, what if we want to use it sometime? I was talking about that for a reason, and I don't remember what it was. Wow. Old age, guys. It's a thing. Here's a question for y'all. Why are men so stubborn? I mean, I know women are too. So I'm not saying anything bad about men. But man, oh man. To get them to do some things, it's like you're pulling a tooth. With no anesthetic. Well, I'm almost done with this one, and then I think I'm going to call it a day because I'm kind of running out of things to talk about, and there ain't really anybody in here, so I think everybody left. And that's okay, there's always a replay, but it makes it hard to come up with things to talk about. My life's not that exciting. It's really not. I don't know why I didn't. Hopefully that didn't dry. So. Man, holding this big ass thing, it's like making my hands sore. It's not used to holding big items. It's making my fingers sore. I like markers, but I'm kind of glad that I don't use them anymore. It goes by so fast. It kind of takes the fun out of it, you know. It's like you just rub it on the paper and boom, you're done. And like, okay. I can't push lighter or harder and make it change color like I can on a pencil, you know. Doesn't matter how light or how hard I push on a marker, it's going to come out the same way. And I know a lot of people will, put marker down and then shade it in with pencil. And that comes out really pretty when people do that. I'm just not one of those people. It's like, I'm not going to color it twice. Usually by the time I finish a picture, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to go back over it. Put some bling on it and call it done. But that's usually because, I use pencil and it takes me a while to do a picture, so by the time I'm done with it, I'm done with it. Hang on one second. I've been in here 2 hours and 20 minutes. I want a cigarette. I had one when I first came in here. So that's not bad. And I don't do it every time I'm in here either. I was in here the other day for 3 hours. I'm not sure if I even had one the whole time I was in here. Sometimes I don't even bring them in here. I just leave them out in the living room. Half of my cigarettes burn away anyways. I'm either talking or coloring or playing a game on my phone, and I get so involved in that stuff, it's like by the time I take a hit of my cigarette, it's pretty much gone. So, yeah, 90% of my cigarettes burn off or burn away. You guys, we just are going to finish our third picture. Yay. We do gotta find something to bling out on here though, because you can't have a picture with no bling. What kind of colors would I be? We gotta get some kind of bling. Alright, that's just cool. That looks like ripples. What kind of bling do I want? Do I want to bling it? Or do I want to leave it? It just looks really cool on its own. Now if I put bling on it, I'm probably going to ruin it. Yeah, I think this is going to be the first picture I do, guys, in a long time with no bling. Because if I bling out the sun, I just don't think it's going to look right. And if I bling out the water, it's going to take away from the shadowing. All you're going to see is the glitter. So, yep, I think this is going to be the first picture I do in a long time with no bling. I really, really want to put like snow caps on my stuff, but it's not a snow cap type picture. So I think we're just going to leave it alone. Call it good. Oh, my pin's coming undone. Did my pen finally die? This thing's been around for like ever. I think my pen finally died, you guys. It's okay because we have another one. Okay, toss that one. And we are done. Look at that. That's pretty. I think we're going to take this out and I think we're going to hang it up. This is not perforated, so we will have to X-Acto it. I'll use my little X-Acto knife. Take it right out, and you guys won't even know it. And that's what the back of it looked like. That's cool. We could bling out the back. We could too, you guys. We could bling out the back of this picture. That'd be funny. We should. Shouldn't we? Should we? The paper's so thin though, I wonder if it would show through. I bet you it would. Yeah, so just putting my initials down there, just you can see it through the paper. We'll do it on another one. I don't want to do it on this one. This one's like really cool looking. But yeah, we're going to bling out the back of one of them. What would it look like if we blinged up the back of the mandala one? And there's not really much to bling out on that one. I'll get the other one. Yeah, not a whole lot to bling out on that one either. All right, you guys. So that's that on coloring in this book today. I'm going to take my one little marker and I'm going to go out in the living room with my husband and I'm going to keep coloring. I'm going to take two just in case I run out of one. And my little paper towel to keep my hand from getting on there. And that's going to be what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm going to be coloring in this book. All right, y'all. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for doing the rewatch. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. I should see you in a couple days, though. Okay. Bye, everybody.